before. A roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Present.
Hurt.
Here.
Swanson.
Here.
Parker.
Here.
Pulis.
Here.
Healy.
Here.
And Mayor Tomes.
Here. Thank you. Could we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Remain standing for a moment of silence.
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. She's got it down. We're on item number 5, public comment. 2 people have signed up. Mr. Fred Dasso signed up first. Fred, it's all yours.
My turn?
Your turn.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, City Council, thanks. My name is Fred Dasso. I am the present chairman of the Rock Island Parks and Recreation Board. I have been a member of the Park Board for 42 years. I think I have the record, but I'm not sure. Not important.
You don't look that old, but okay.
Not important, that's it. I have lived in Rock Island for over 80 years. I'm not going to give you the exact number because politically these days, numbers in the 80s getting a little attention. So, but over 80. How's that? Thank you. I'm a realtor with Mal Foster Company and have helped many folks who live in Rock Island see the benefits for our recreational activities and facilities that we offer. It is a big drawing point. Since I have been on the board, I have been involved in some of the projects, and the list is forever, but I'm just going to give you 10 or 11 of them just to remind you of what we do in the parks. The first one that I talked about is that basically I think, and I hope that you think, we have the best maintained, well picked up, mowed parks in the Quad Cities. Every one of our parks, it's a pleasurable experience to go to, and many of our residents do. Many years ago, we purchased the old YMCA that was going down the tubes, and we converted that into probably the best rec center in the Quad Cities. We get over 200,000 visits a year to that facility. So every once in a while, we need a couple bucks for wear and tear because it gets a lot of use. We originally had a nice tank pool at Longview, and we replaced that with a level entry pool, well received by the citizens, and we get in the neighborhood of 50,000 visits every summer to that facility. We have 2 outstanding golf courses. None of our sister cities have golf courses. And one of the courses has a brand new clubhouse, and the other one has one on the way. So we're proud of what we've been able to do there. We entertain about 55,000 rounds of golf every year. Well used and played and respected by people in the Quad Cities. We just restored Douglas Park. It's beautiful. If you haven't been to see it, you need to do it. Come in the spring when the grass is growing and see what it is. We'll have all the lights up by then, but that will be a beacon. It'll be alive all summer, no doubt about it. We helped restore Hallberg with the help of citizens, and it is awesome. We're just finishing another part of that project. Well done, that's for sure. We opened a brand new park this year in the west area of Rock Island, Denkman Park. Moses, you were there. Is it nice?
I love it.
Thank you. For sure. We have 8 new pickleball courts that will be opened in the southwest area this spring. Only a little bit of work needs to be done, and it will be one of the nicest looking pickleball courts in the Quad Cities. Very fortunate, that's for sure. We have combined with Augustana the use of Lincoln Park tennis and pickleball. They get it for a few months for their season. We get it for the rest of the year. Nice cooperative project. If you've driven by, it's beautiful. We manage and keep in the shape that it is, and that's Swebert Park. It's probably the best park on the Mississippi River, without a doubt. We all need to be proud of that, and we at the parks are. If we are successful this spring with a grant that we've applied for, we may be able to put in a handicap accessible walking path at Hodge Park. So we're looking forward to that. And I just want to remind you, we had the first dog park. All the others have just joined in. That's it for sure. Finally, we know we offer the best facilities. We offer activities that are 60% attended by other citizens in the Quad Cities. They come here to use our facilities. So we're very proud of that we have things in that condition. It's critical that the city of Rock Island increase our tax support. You guys deal with it every day, right? Has anything gone down in price? Okay, so we face those issues, no doubt about it. Ladies and gentlemen, my plea is we are good at what we do. Please help. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time and treasures. All right, Mr. John McAvoy.
Thank you. And this will be a little bit of follow-up with Fred. So my name is John McAvoy. I've been a lifelong resident of Rock Island. As a child, I played in various programs that the park offered back then. My wife, Geraldine, and I, we raised 3 children that lived here throughout their life. They all participated in various programs through the Park and Rec Department. They went to college, they moved away, they got married. When they decided that they wanted to start a family, they all moved back to the Quad Cities. So we were truly lucky in that regard. 2 of the families actually live in Rock Island. And there you have, each one of our kids have 2 children in their families. They range from 9 to 2 years old, and they're already participating in various park and rec programs. I've been on the park board since 2016, so I'm trying to catch Fred back here, but at my age, I don't think I'm going to make it. Prior to that, I worked very closely with different park staff through my involvement in the Rock Island Girls Softball League that I was involved with for 28 years. Through that, with the parks and the city's help, we raised funds and we developed 2 diamonds up at Hallberg, along with the concession stand, where we have basically over 200 girls ranging from 9 to 18 play in that league every year. I retired from there as my oldest grandson got involved in baseball, so my priorities shifted. But I do have 4 girls coming up, so we'll see. As Fred said, we've got great facilities in Rock Island. We've got RIFAC, we got Whitewater Junction, we got Saukey, we got Highland Springs, Swebert Park, and Douglas Park. They run on a high efficiency with this, try to have all the staff. They do a great job with a focus on community, customer service, community involvement, and really with a business mindset. As Fred talked about the visits, 60% of those people that use those facilities in the tracking do come from outside of Rock Island. So it brings tax dollars in. Hopefully, they're going to the restaurants and spending money there. Saukey, I'd like to know, I live the lane that runs up right up Saukey. They also host various high school and college cross-country meets. And within that, they're bringing people into Rock Island, from all over the Quad Cities, and Augustana, in that case, from all over the Midwest. And I would tell you, we watch it all the time. It's an awesome experience. Our parks hold countless community events, field trips, and other gatherings throughout the year. Most of these events take place through partnerships and support that the park raises on their own and getting sponsorships for them. So there's usually tens of thousands of people that will come to these events. Some of them I'm sure you're aware of would be the Starlight Concert Series in Lincoln Park, the Spring Egg Hunt, Fright Night, and Thursday Night Groove at Schreiber Park. And as Fred says, I look at Schreiber Park and I truly think it's an icon for the city of Rock Island. It's an awesome place. My feeling is that the program and services create lifestyles. RIFAC has programs from preschool up to silver sneakers, which is me, and everything in between. Swimmers start out with toddler swim lessons. Some of them then go on, become lifeguards. They do a great job. The parks actually trains a lot of the lifeguards for the other municipal pools around the Quad Cities. The golfers, they start out in the first tee program and at our courses, and then they will move on to maybe play for the high school, or as they develop as in their older lives, play at the different courses throughout the city. And I do think, you know, as Fred said, the 2 public courses in Rock Island, no other city on the Illinois side has that. The department's been highly successful in securing various partnership and grants. And with these partnerships, it's helped us expand our services and ensure that all the residents in our community have access to that opportunities. They brought millions of dollars to the city of Rock Island. The department was also fortunate to receive ARPA funds because of the city council, and the investments made through that this past year will help bring our facilities and parks and last for generations to come. The department, a little bit just on the budget, the department generates nearly 2/3 of its operational budget. The revenue recovery is nearly 3 times the national average published by the National Park Study. The only area that has not kept up with inflation and unfunded mandates is the department's tax support, as Fred referred to. Over the past few years, the city has balanced the park's budget at the end of the year with surplus funds. 2024 was approximately $450,000. What we're really asking for is in the budget process, as it moves forward for 2025, is that we look to get that funding up front so that they can balance their budget and then really understand what they can do from a proactive approach to make things better, as opposed to worrying. In closing, I would like to say personally, the Park and Rec Department is a hub for our community. The Park Board and the park staff take immense pride in offering these services to our community. In the latest National Recreation Parks Association study, it was proven that the park and recreation agencies and the services they provide are critical to the social, physical, mental, and economic well-being of our community. So with that closing, I thank you for taking the time to listen to it and hopefully give some consideration to this process. Thank you.
Thank you very much, both of you, for your time and your talents. Appreciate it. All right, that's all that's signed up for public comment. Item number 6.
Minutes from the January 8th, 2024 study session and city council meeting.
Move to approve the minutes as printed.
Moved to second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Item 7.
Minutes from the November 27th, 2023 closed session.
Move to approve the closed session minutes.
Second.
Moved to second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Carries. Item number 8.
Proclamation honoring Jordan Catholic School on its 50th anniversary. Whereas Jordan Catholic School in Rock Island is celebrating its 50th anniversary, and whereas Jordan Catholic School was initiated in 1973 by combining the children from the supporting parishes of Sacred Heart in Rock Island, St. Ambrose Milan, St. Joseph's of Rock Island, St. Mary's of Rock Island, St. Patrick's of Andalusia, and St. Pius of Rock Island. Whereas Jordan Catholic School serves our community by providing Catholic education to children in grades preschool through 8, and whereas the National Catholic Schools Week, Jordan will be celebrating with a variety of activities and services in our community to strengthen religious values. And whereas today we honor and congratulate Jordan Catholic School on their 50th anniversary and hereby express gratitude for its contributions to the betterment of our community.
Now therefore, I, Mike Tomes, Mayor of the City of Rock Island, do hereby honor and congratulate Jordan Catholic Schools of Rock Island on its 50th anniversary, dated this day, 29th of January, 2024. Nobody's here for this on purpose. They're going to have an event up at the school just later this month, and I'll be attending that and giving this to them at that point. So, I'd like to see that. All right, item number 9, update Rock Island. Got a couple items. One is, I'll call it maybe old business a little bit. The City Beautification Commission has selected the winners of the 38th Annual Holiday Lighting Contest. The contest is intended to recognize Rock Island residents and businesses who craft seasonal displays that people enjoy throughout the holiday. The residential category winners were, first place was at 3401 26th Avenue. Second place was 3501 30th Street. And third place was 2337 24th and a half Street. So we congratulate those individuals for taking some effort, making the holidays bright and cheery. The commercial category winners. First place, Longview Park Conservancy Group, Friends of Longview Park at 1300 17th Street. Second place, Hallberg Estates, Friends of Hallberg Civic Center, 1300 24th Street. And third place was Lundgren Family Chiropractic at 2965 13th Avenue. So once again, some businesses getting into the spirit of things in the city of Rock Island. Bring your little one to the Sweetheart Dance. Rock Island Park and Recreation is holding its annual Sweetheart Dance on Friday, February 9th from 5:30 to 8 at RIFAC, the Rock Island Fitness and Activity Center. Come dance the night away with your kids to fun music, take photos at the photo booth, enjoy some snacks, and do crafts. You can register at www.rigov.org/epark, or you can call 309-732-7275. So thank you. Sounds like fun. Up for item number 10.
Ordinances A, amendments to the Code of Ordinances, Section 10-40.2 and 10-40.3 related to recreational fires and open burns. Second reading.
Move to pass the amendments to the ordinance.
Second.
Been moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
Item 10B.
Amendments to the City of Rock Island Code of Ordinances, Chapter 2, Article 6, Division 10, Police Community Relations Commission. Second reading.
Motion to pass the amendments as, okay, let me start over. Motion to
can
pass
say.
the amendments to the ordinance.
Second.
Moved and seconded. You got that right. There you go.
It was hard.
Any discussion?
Syllables.
Roll call, please.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
Item number 11, A through H.
Consent agenda items A through H.
Motion to approve consent agenda items A through H.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
Item 12, A through D.
Purchases A through D. If council would like me to read all of them, I would be happy to.
Motion to allow claims A through D.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
I need to recuse myself due to the nature of my employment.
Roll call, please.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
Item 13A.
Report from the Public Works Department regarding an amendment to the water tower lease agreement with New Singular Wireless.
Move to approve the amendment to the agreement and authorize the city manager to execute the documents.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
13B.
Report from administration regarding a proposal for a one-year agreement with Mercury for public strategy services for an amount not to exceed $105,000.
Move to authorize staff to negotiate a contract for services with Mercury, subject to minor attorney modifications for an amount not to exceed $105,000.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
Item 14A.
A, report from the Community and Economic Development Department regarding the sale of city-owned property located adjacent to 4305 81st Avenue West to Steel Processing Center for $29,300. First reading.
Motion to approve the sale is recommended. Authorize the city manager to execute the sale agreement, subject to minor attorney modifications, and consider suspend the rules and pass the ordinance.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
Item 14B.
Report from the city attorney regarding repeal of Chapter 3 alcoholic liquor of the City of Rock Island Code of Ordinances and adopting a new Chapter 3 alcoholic liquor ordinance. First reading.
Motion to consider the ordinance.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
Item 15.
Report from the Public Works Department regarding adoption of the motor fuel tax resolution authorizing $413,760 for street maintenance in 2024.
Motion to adopt the resolution as recommended.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
I wish there was another zero on it.
Or two.
Which side of the decimal point?
Yeah, you know. How about another comma? How's that?
There you go. Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
Item 16A.
Report from the Community and Economic Development Department requesting the Parkway I-280 TIF Fund Surplus Fund 204, 2023, in the amount of $2,166,664 to be declared as surplus and returned to the Rock Island County Treasurer for distribution.
Motion to approve the request is recommended.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Remember, about 23% of this will come back to the city, actually, in unrestricted general fund versus being restricted in that area. Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
Item 16B.
Report from the Community and Economic Development Department requesting downtown TIF funds, TIF 201, in the amount of $285,481.25 be declared as surplus and returned to the Rock Island County Treasurer for distribution.
Hate to see it go, but move to approve the request as recommended.
Second.
Moved in second. I agree. This one does. 'Cause some of it comes back to us at least, but
We could do some stuff with $280,000 in downtown Rock Island.
yeah. The attorneys didn't rule in our favor on that one. Roll call.
I mean, it's been expired for like, what, 2 years or
Yeah.
something like that? You know,
Yeah.
probably should get the money out of there.
Yep.
Opportunities lost.
All right,
Tried.
we got the Rock Island Downtown Alliance out of it, so I'm happy.
Yep.
Good enough.
We tried. Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
Item 16C.
Report from the Finance Department requesting a budget carryover from CY 2023 in the amount of $21,315.35.
Motion to approve the request as recommended.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
Item 16B.
Report from the Finance Department regarding a budget adjustment in the amount of $38,598 for the MLK Activity Fund 901.
Motion to approve the budget adjustment as recommended.
Second.
Move to second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
Item 16E.
Report from the Finance Department regarding a budget adjustment in the amount of $105,000 in the general fund.
Move to approve the budget adjustment as recommended.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
Item 16F.
Report from the Finance Department regarding an adjustment to the CY 2023 budget for the Health Insurance Fund in the amount of $428,347.85 to health insurance claims.
Motion to approve the budget adjustment as recommended.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Item 17A.
Report from administration regarding approval of the City Hall Improvement Project using $1.775 million in ARPA unrestricted funds, $225,000 in ARPA restricted funds, and $250,000 in surplus funds for a total project amount of $2.25 million.
Motion to approve the City Hall Improvement Project using ARPA funds and surplus funds as recommended.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
Item 18A.
Report from the Traffic Engineering Committee to remove the residential parking zone on the east and west side of 10th Street north of 25th Avenue to the dead end. First reading.
Motion to approve the request and consider the ordinance.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
Item 18B.
Report from the Traffic Engineering Committee to remove a handicap parking space at 1236 24th Avenue. First reading.
Motion to approve the request and consider the ordinance.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
Item 19A.
Report from the Mayor's Office regarding an appointment to the Arts and Beautification Commission.
Move to approve the appointment as recommended.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
Thank you. Here's a new one. Item number 20.
Rock Island Regional Port District. The mayor will close the regular meeting in order to convene the Rock Island Regional Port District meeting. After the conclusion of the Rock Island Regional Port District meeting, the mayor will close the meeting and reconvene the regular city council meeting.
So I close the regular meeting and open the Rock Island Regional Port District meeting. And then I'm going, we need a motion.
Take roll.
Excuse me. Huh?
We need a mo-
To close the regular city council
Excuse me.
meeting and convene the Rock Island Regional Port District meeting.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Voice vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Sorry about that. All right. Now we close the regular meeting. This is new.
We'll get it down.
We'll work on
First
it
time.
and open up the Port District meeting. And I am going to turn it over to Leslie
Oh, my
to,
dad just said aye.
We can, yep, we can. We'll go ahead and do roll call since
Oh.
we're in a new meeting.
All right.
Alderperson Robinson.
Present.
Hertz.
Here.
Swanson.
Here.
Parker.
Here.
Pulis.
Here.
Healy.
Here.
And Mayor Tomes.
here. Thank you.
Okay, so this is new. This is the first meeting of the Rock Island Regional Port District Board. What we are doing today is just passing the bylaws. The bylaws, there's nothing crazy in them. It's just basically a regurgitation of the statute of the Rock Island Regional Port District Act, which became effective January 1 of this year. As a standard procedure, we do have to meet once a month as this board. So even if we don't really have much Port District business to discuss, we have decided to make the first meeting of each month we will go ahead and slide in the Rock Island Regional Port District Board meetings at that time. Again, it's basically the board members are city council members. The city manager acts as the manager of the Port District. Again, we follow all of the same procedures as regular city council meetings. It's just you're both a city council member as well as a board member. And we can pass resolutions as city council members and the city as a whole, which then takes effect for the Rock Island Regional Port District. So if you do approve the bylaws, make sure that you sign the bylaws before you leave today, because we do need those signed today. Okay. So we can go ahead and move to item.
B, 20B, if anybody would like to do that.
Okay, report from the city attorney regarding adoption of the Rock Island Regional Port District bylaws.
Move to approve the bylaws and adopt the resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
How are we going to vote on the vice chairman? Do we have to do that?
So we,
Move to elect Bill Healy as
that was going to be the recommendation.
By the way, Dylan brought this up earlier, so you can do that.
Honestly, should it be, not because I'm the mayor pro tem, but should it be the mayor pro tem? So
That's
whoever
the
that-
thought is to have it as the mayor.
that
pro tem.
person can fill in, make that as
It would
that
change
position.
anytime there's a mayor pro tem change.
Yes, yes.
Which typically is once a year.
That's what I was thinking. So I
If the attorney's happy with that, I'm happy
Yeah,
with
I
that.
don't want
Yeah.
to do it, but it makes the most sense when I was reading through it, so.
Is there any other questions, or,
the agenda for next month then.
that's right. Any other questions?
Vote myself down, and you are.
Otherwise, I'd entertain a motion, or a roll call.
Person Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
And Healy.
All right. Now I will close the Port District Authority and reopen the regular meeting.
That was quick.
And then we have item number 21.
Can we do another roll call?
Yeah,
Oh,
to come back in, right?
about like executive session, is that what we're doing this like?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll call.
This is going to be fun.
Still here.
If we had an executive session, we got to do it all again.
But we
don't.
do.
Next time.
We don't.
Oh, what, we don't?
Yes, that's correct.
I move to adjourn the Port District
Second.
meeting.
Moved to second. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? We're now adjourned.
Have fun writing all this down.
We'll learn. It'll take maybe a few times, but we'll learn, that's for sure. All right. Now, do we have to do roll call to go back into regular session? All right, I entertain a roll call to go back into regular session.
Alderperson Robinson. Hertz.
Here.
Swanson.
Here.
Parker.
Here.
Pulis.
Here.
Healy.
Here.
And Mayor Tomes.
Here. Thank you. Now that we're back in regular council session, item 21, other business, new business.
I just want to take this time to thank Mike Bartels, his team, Luke, for allowing me to ride with their crew during the snowstorm that we had last week. It was a wonderful experience. I definitely learned a lot. It helped me for when I had constituents call me about, snow removal and everything. One discussion that we did have when I was riding around with Chad, also excellent. He was driving that truck like it was a sports car. I don't know how they do it.
Rob's probably back there going risk management.
Speed, with the agility. So he was definitely,
Way to clarify.
Is that Chad with Sunset Marine also?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I obviously enjoy him quite well. He does a great job there, too.
I sent the email to, I think Todd and Mike Bartels about problem streets that we have. With the size of the trucks that we do have, sometimes we have residents who park on both sides of the street. So if we can start brainstorming some kind of way of how we can help our drivers with that. Public Works get a lot of flack from residents when they don't come down that street. And a lot of it is because it won't fit when we have residents parked on both sides of the street. So we did talk about possibly like declaring like a snow emergency and then having all the residents park on one side during that time until they can go by. I don't know, just early brainstorm. If we can kind of start help them with that, it would definitely give them resources when residents call. Well, why didn't they come down my street? It's kind of hard to fit that truck down that street when both sides are full with cars. So wonderful experience. I'm definitely glad I was able to do it. I most likely, I would love to do it again. So just wanted to put that
Anything
out
to
there.
get out of being a snow angel, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, so I put a video up. I put a video up,
This year, Moses,
and
we don't want to do it again.
it probably caused some concerns, because I said, of course, if you're a city alderman, you need to go to the store, and then I had the picture of the truck outside my house. It was a joke. They did not take me to the store, even though Chad thought that he had to take me to the store or something.
Yes, but did he let you drive it?
No, I'm not certified, so I don't think I would have tried.
With that,
Like,
I
oh,
rode
God.
along also one time, and actually it was fun. I went down to watch the truck rodeo that they have, and that's fun to watch and see the different activities they do to train for that.
Right. I mean, well, people don't realize that those trucks get stuck also, because, I mean, we were sliding all over the place. So it's not easy to drive the size of the vehicle, and then when they have the wing out, not hitting cars. I mean, because cars are flying in between them, not even paying attention to this huge truck with the lights blinking and moving snow, but.
If you get a telephone pole that's leaning out into the street, or mailbox or whatever, it's tricky.
Right.
That's, the cul-de-sacs are another challenge in themselves.
Wonderful experience.
I want to echo the kudos to Mike, Luke, and the whole team, because you guys did an amazing job. I mean, unprecedented 22 feet of snow, the 22 inches, sorry, not feet. That's a lot of snow. That's a lot of snow. It felt like it, shoveling it. And then the bitter cold, and you guys were out there working really, really hard. And not all our residents had patience, which is unfortunate, but you guys did a great job. But along the lines of parking, I honestly, it goes for fire trucks and emergency vehicles too. If you're parking on both sides of these streets, large vehicles can't get through, and one of my passions would be that we make a citywide ordinance that you can only park on one side of the street. And I know that's gonna make some people unhappy, but if you are in need of getting a snowplow down your street, or if you are in need of getting emergency vehicles down your street, if we just park on one side of our street, that's gonna make a whole lot of people happier, so.
Well, we're commending people and everything else. Public Works did do a great job, but you know, the police and fire back there have that same situation, not just in space and everything else, but they were out there in the cold and the snow, and they have to drive down streets that haven't been plowed yet, and so I commend anybody that had to be out in it. We were obviously, most of us had the honor and pleasure to be able to sit home with it. So thank you to all the first responders and Public Works. I agree with that, not to repeat, but it is quite an experience.
And I would like to say, the city has nothing to do with the post office,
Yeah.
so we can't get to your mail any faster.
6 days I went without mail. Whether, shortage of people or weather.
Yeah.
Right.
One or the other. It is. I'm gonna bring up just real quick, just Port District Neighborhood Authority, just some things we've been shooting on. Tom Flaherty is the one that's gonna be the point person for this at City Hall, and taking that over and working with it, just for FYI, for everybody's knowledge. We have begun some talks and working, going down the road with next steps with this. One is to talk about applying for a grant for a master plan, like in Sunset Business Park, and potentially out in Southwest Rock Island Business Park. That grant could be in the areas of $500,000 to $600,000 that we'll be applying for to do this master plan. Take it up to a year or so to get it done, but then use that, as we have in a lot of plans we've done in the future, of applying for different grants and things else, issues within that, but work off that plan versus too much ad hoc situations. But so that's kind of one of the next steps that we're working with, and that will be happening here relatively soon, those monies, to make sure we get the monies while they're available. And we'll have some help with that from outside sources to do that. We've also had conversations with Alter Company, which then leases a port with us. We have a port, commercial port, that Alter's had a long-term lease already. We've already still got I'll say it was a 99-year lease. I don't know how many years are left, but a lot. But had conversations with them and some of their needs they want. They put together a laundry list of things totaling up about $15 million worth of issues being dredging, being seawall fixing, electric cranes, conveyors, et cetera. Which it appears that all, if not most, but all of those are eligible, and so we may be applying. All the monies has to come through the city, even though it's for a private firm. Obviously, in some of it, it's improving a port that we own. But, so that's something that'll be coming down the pike in the near future also with it. So those are just a couple of dabblings, so there's no surprises or anything else. Whether they need to come for approval with the Port District Board to apply for those grants, I don't think so, but everybody knows some of the things are happening. Because it can work for road, we can use some of the, there's opportunities for grants for roads and railroad and some infrastructure work, et cetera. And to set it up that we can get some, look at some expansion in the business parks and have something to market for businesses to have. So you can do things in the future. So more to come. Tom can sometime give and Leslie is really toned up on knowing the knowledge of this stuff. Can give a little talk sometime about it. The devil's the detail, but we really do look forward to some wonderful things happening there. So just want to kind of update, and no surprise on any of that. Is there anything else for the good of the cause, new business? People have heard me enough today.
Yeah, on that note, good job this morning, Mayor.
Thank you.
I would second that as well.
Thank you.
And good job, Sarah, in helping organize the event. I thought it was really nice. I loved the new format. It was well attended, so good job, team.
Yeah, and we did a little debriefing today, and how can we refine it and make it even better? Do we do a different time of day, different time of year? Do we do it a little different format? And so we're going to work on that and continue to make it, to a certain degree, I'll say fun and light, but keep it maybe a little shorter than what today's was. But, so we're going to work on that to see if we can grow the crowd even more, is the goal.
I wasn't able to attend, but I did watch the link.
Thank you.
So,
No, I appreciate that. It's difficult for everybody that time of day. It's difficult. We understand that. Is there anything else? If not, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. There's not an executive session.
Oh.
It's been canceled.
Move to adjourn.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? There you go.
Record,
it's a start that's
Record.
closed.
Record.
7:28. I think Swanson's
Not a
got it